What's important is whatever. Also, need to turn up my volume a little bit. That good? No, it's not good. That good? Oh, that's heckin' loud. Oh god. Golly gee. We'll leave it at 10? 10 seems good. There's that. We're playing them in order from the first game, second game, third, and then the remastered. Because we all know that this butthole remastered them, but I can't call them a butthole because they actually did a pretty good job on making it. No one wants to be watching this, but I'm more than okay with that. It's whatever. What the hell? Uh-huh. Oh, that's not important. We don't need the VR headset for no nothing. Just leave it there. We don't need a VR headset. There you can see the same horrendous glory that I see. Yeah, does he overlay work in this game? No, it don't. Whatever, the camera's actually taking part in this game.
One new message.
Or at least in this one.
Hello? Hello? Hi? Junior manager here. So you're the new security guard, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's great to finally have someone qualified for the job, you know? We had to, like, share the shift because, you know, someone has to be here during the night. But with you, now we have more energy to be here during the day. You see, we're probably going to be a lot busier from now on. You may have heard about the place called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, right? Yeah, they got shut down yesterday. I don't know why, though. Probably something like tax fraud or such, you know. I never really liked that place. I always had a bad feeling about it, you know. Their pizzas weren't even that good. Anyway, I think you're going to fit in really well here. The staff are really nice. We make sure to help each other out on everything. Like, when we close late in the evening, we all make sure that the floors and tables are properly cleaned and all the dishes has been washed before we get off of the day. Now, in order to save power, of course, all the lights will at night be turned off. But don't worry, we have a desk lamp in the office that you can use. If you open up the maintenance panel, you'll be able to view the restaurant through the security cameras. And the cameras all have a neat feature, which is night vision mode. These cameras were the cheapest we could get, so the night vision isn't that accurate, but does retain the colors, which is good, I guess. You can toggle the night vision by activating the camera you're already on. And by the way, we have a security feature in the restaurant that limits how much power can be used after hours. This is mainly so that our electricity bill doesn't skyrocket during the night if somebody forgot to turn off something somewhere, you know. Now, your office is also the information area, which you can tell because of the window counter in front of you. There should be a button underneath the desk too. This is for the security door in front of your window. To your left and right are also two doors. These doors are a little stupid. You see, they require power to be closed. I think it was something about some computer somewhere always checking if they're closed or not. Or maybe it was a security feature, you know, in case the place goes dark. Like, if there was a power outage, you know, you would be stuck here. But the doors open up automatically if that happens. All 3 doors are power-driven, so basically don't use too much power. Otherwise, the place will shut off completely. But don't worry. As I said, the doors will open up if that happens, so you won't be trapped. I think that was all for now. Good luck on your first night here. Don't fall asleep, and have a good night.
You know, I was gonna say, if it's a system where it's always checking whether or not the door is closed, then that would take up the battery no matter what time of day it is, no matter whether or not the doors are open. You'd be losing power constantly. I guess it's some device powered by electronics that pulls like some sort of pulley system to keep the door open. I don't know. It would take up a lot of space in a building just to set up doors like this, but whatever. No. Who's ready for the excitement of the first night? Not me. I'm not. It's not exciting. This is the most uneventful moment in the game. Alright, they move. Forgot about that. To say realistically, I don't even need the night vision mode. As long as you see their eyeballs like that, you know where they're going. All forward. Candy's a wizard, what the hell? And Cindy's just lame because she stays in the same spot every time. She's like, oh, hey look, I'm on the stage. Oh, now I'm in the kitchen. I think being on room 5, if I remember the system correctly, Candy's going to the right, but I could be wrong. I don't remember the system exactly, but there was a way it worked. What do you mean almost used half the power? That dog. A dog paw.
So Kenny's going right, so I just have to watch the right door then. Stop it. So Cindy has gone that way. So I just gotta wait till I see the little white eyeballs right there. Oh, like that. Got him. And just wait for it to happen again, because Cindy's also on her way. I'm not sure how long it'll take her to get here, but... Also, if I remember correctly, set the camera right there. Oh, okay. So we're not. Don't let me be a show-off, then.
One. New message. Hello? Hello? See? I told you you'd do just fine. Anyway, I thought I'd mention, we have this little, list of, problems, that we have observed with the animatronics over some time. It's nothing to be concerned about, but the animatronics do have a few minor glitches, we're of course trying to get them fixed, but you should know some of them so you don't get nervous if you hear anything. Let me see. The animatronics sometimes start to walk around on their own. Sometimes in the morning we find them in the strangest places, so you may see them walking around while you're here. Let me see. Some of their sensors are a bit wonky. And in case the animatronics is experiencing violence towards a guest, the animatronic will try to seek out the cause and stop it. I have no idea how it decides to do that, but it doesn't seem to mind it with the children, though. It's weird. If there are children playing cops and robbers, and one of them gets shot, the animatronics don't really do anything out of the ordinary. Except after that day, the animatronics don't really seem to function properly around adults, especially not around the staff. The animatronics seem to ignore you most of the time, unless you come near them, and they just turn their heads and look at you, like as if you just told a bad joke. I don't know, it's kind of creepy.
You're kind of creepy.
But yeah, we kind of had an accident about a month ago. It seems to have traumatized their systems or something like that. Anyway, we replaced the faulty animatronic with some brand new ones. Yeah, so he's stored way in the back until we can get someone to fix him. Anyway, if I were you, I'd keep the other ones at a distance and use the doors if you have to. That would be it for now. Have a good night.
So the two of them are just like, hey, we're gonna move and then we're just gonna stop in these two positions. You know, the two cameras farthest from each other so that you have a harder time looking at us both. We got nothing but a bunch of buttons. Cindy moved. Now the two cameras extremely close to each other. So we're gonna keep an eye on the left for Candy and on the right for Chica. Where's she? I gotta find it. Freddy's on the mind. But be fair, it's a fan game. It's fair to have the original in your mind. Cindy comes on the right, Candy on the left, it's all good. I made a video like a long while back describing how they all act in this game because they all follow a pattern. And it makes it easier to learn how they work. Hey, you came late? That's okay. I was also streaming Pablo, but I didn't watch that one. It was sad. Pablo was good. Oh, same move again. Okay, keep it on the right. Move it a little bit. There. Yep, up there. Keep an eye on Candy. Cindy, I just have to like wait until her eyes show up. Oh, your background looks weird. I'm in my room. The last time I checked, I am. Cindy's back up there all happy and such. Up. I was say, where's Candy? He should have gone to that one. He did. He's just chilling out of sight because he's kind of an asshole. I forgot. Is it just Candy and Cindy tonight, or was there one other that's supposed to be showing up now? It's not Blank, because no one on the night where Blank shows up. The phone call discusses about Blank. Thank you, Doc. I love you too. But I think someone else was. Oh, there it is. Chester the chimp. He's a big ol' butthole. You know what another one of the streams I'm gonna do is playing on my own Minecraft server button VR. Because right now, I've got the VR headset. I've got to milk every second that it exists. I mean, I paid $400 for the thing, so, you know, it's fair. Oh my god, there's so many eyes! Right, you keep an eye on Candy. Yep, there is. I forgot the Candy can be focused. Okay, Cindy's almost there, so I need to keep close tab on Cindy. Chest removed. I need to check on Cindy. She's gonna be there like ASAP. That's Candy, I know for sure. Chest removed, there's Cindy. Chester's here already. He moved really fast, my god. Wait for the second bar. Second bar. Boom. They all follow a pattern. Wrong camera. But whatever, it still works. Cindy, Chester, and Candy. I know on this version of the game, the original, I beat 720 mode, because in this game it's not too hard, but in the remastered version he definitely ranked it up. By a long shot. It's possible, people have beaten it, but it's definitely difficult to do. Okay, is Chester there? He is. They're all in their proper places. Just gotta keep an eye on all of them. I know for 720 mode in this game, I did the camera hugging strategy, which is just simply check every time any avatar starts glowing eyeballs. You don't have to check for them when they're on the cameras to see if they left. You can just simply crack the door open for a second to see if you can still see their eyes. If you can, you close it again. But I hugging strategy where I kept checking the camera every single time I closed the door. The Chester moved again, that's fine. Chimpy boy can move as much as he wants, I don't care. I do for some reason feel like the power is dying a lot faster. Okay, that's not just city shield there. Chester's gonna be here soon. So just checking Kenny and Cindy, and as soon as he pops up, just deal with him. A wizard and guess when he'd show up, but I guess not. I guess I'm not imbued with magic power. Good. Hear things now. Machinery. Somebody leaving. There's a kid laughing. Somebody with bigger footsteps walked in and good. Imagine getting to the 5th night and then accidentally hitting new game after the 4th night's cutscene. Get to restart all the way from the beginning. I can find it.
You have
darkness.
one new message.
Hello? Looks like you're doing a fine job. I mean, you're still here. You're already, like, practically as good as the last guard we had. Except, of course, you know, he got fired in the end. But, yeah, he kind of damaged one of the animatronics during his shift. I mean, you wouldn't do that, would you? No way. I guess he went a little crazy, you know, being alone in the dark each night. You know that character that the kids can draw on, you know? Blank, I think.
Don't check the cameras
yeah, I always really liked that one. It's a brilliant concept. Yeah, his suit is made out of some special plastic stuff, I think, that the kids can come in and, you know, grab a crayon and start drawing on his head or his arms. Some of the others here think that he looks a bit scary after that whole security guard thing. We tried our best to fix him, but parts in like his left hand.
What are you looking at me for, dog? Don't give me that look. Yeah, paw. I got your paw. I got your paw. I got your paw. Oh, hey, puppy. I got your paw. Pet the paw. Pet the paw. Pet the paw. Pet the paw. Alright. Let's play that game, Candy. You ain't no Candy Cadet. Oh. Candy.
You have one new message.
Hello? Looks like you're doing a fine job. I mean, you're still here.
After I died.
You're already, like, practically as good as the last guard we had. Except, of course, you know, he got fired in the end. But, yeah, he kind of damaged one of the animatronics during his shift. I mean, you wouldn't do that, would you? No way. I guess he went a little crazy, you know, being alone in the dark each night. You know that character that the kids can draw on, you know? Blank, I think? Yeah, I always really liked that one. It's a brilliant concept. Yeah, his suit is made out of some special plastic stuff, I think, that the kids can come in and, you know, grab a crayon and start drawing on his head or his arms. Some of the others here think that he looks a bit scary after that whole security guard thing. We tried our best to fix him, but parts of him, like his left hand and the back of his head, are still missing. But the kids don't really seem to mind it, you know, so it's not a major issue. Yeah, from what we can tell, his head got a real beating, so he might act a little strange. Like, he sometimes tried to get into the office through the window, and he even managed to crack the glass slightly once. Yeah, if he leaves the drawing room, just shut the window door so he doesn't break the glass. Those old ones couldn't really see glass very well. By the way, we're expecting more customers over the course of the next days, so next week we may need you on the day shift too, if you're up for it. Well, anyway, have a good night.
Candy's still inactive. Candy blank. Candy's active. Candy's. Okay, never mind, he's on the stage now. Oh, there he goes. Equation of the devil. Penguin. Oh, the penguin didn't activate till later. That's a problem. Blank's waking up. Have your blank. I was supposed to say, pretty double. Okay, Blank's getting ready to move, so I need to be ready to close that door. Oh my god, there's so many guys to track. Don't get me wrong, realistically all I need to do is check doors for highlights, but that's about it. I'm gonna check the drawing room for Lincoln Boy, but yeah. Out again, but no. Stop licking yourself in my bed, please. You leave doggy saliva everywhere when you do that. Blank's not making a move, and that's what's making me anxious. Why are you active? It's only night 3. You should not be moving until 4. Help? Please. I have an animatronic that's active that should not be. Candy's scuttling along. Old Candy is scuttling along. It's great happy times at Candy's Pizza. No, it's not Candy's Pizza, it's Candy Burgers and Fries. That's right. Candy doesn't like pizza, he's allergic to tomatoes. God! Blank just moves on to look at you for the rest of the night. Oh, Candy, you little cheater going from the left door already. Come on, bud. You're funny. Oh, no. My brain is not physically ready to comprehend 720 mode again. All I know is don't check the camera in front of your window, like, ever once Blank's standing up. Because then if you check it right as soon as he leaves, you're locked into the animation of him hitting the window, like you're forced to watch it, and you're forced to watch the window break. And all you can do is just sit in horror as you realize, yeah, you done messed up. Ah, okay. How much of a douche Candy can be. Not like that. Old Candy showed up and there's just no explanation behind that. He's just like, hey, I'm here. Oh, penguin moved. Nice, but he's not gonna make it in time. I know that much already because it's just slow. Or maybe he's not. Maybe he's just gonna bamboozle the heck out of me. Oh good, you're awake. Again. For some stupid reason. Only to say power though in 720 mode. It's going to check on Blank every other check you do. Yeah, it's blood. Right. Yes, puppet staring at blood. Very good. Puppet staring at camera. Very good. Alright.
You have 1 new message.
Hello? Just checking in, making sure you're A-okay. So remember that previous security guard I told you about? Yeah, so we got a call from the police today. Apparently he has gone missing. I guess he actually was a bit crazy. I remember, like, the day before his last night of the week, he asked me to be with him on his shift that night. He told me there was something he had to show me. I know, it sounds crazy, right? Although I declined, he still showed up for his shift, so... then of course, the next morning we found out that the Blank character had been severely damaged, you know. And then we checked the surveillance equipment. We found out that he had brought a wrench and completely smashed Blank. He had also left the building in the middle of his shift after that. I mean, he must have. You know, he was nowhere to be found the next morning. We couldn't contact him or anything. So the manager just fired him and sent him a pink slip, you know. Anyway, I'll leave you to your work. Yeah, stay tight and we'll talk again tomorrow. Have a good night.
How much I love the ambiance of this game. Just this eerie music. Oh, hey, how you doing? I have to look at the right door. Left door, but now I do. Because, you know, there's a monkey there. Now I have to look. When is Blank gonna move? We don't know. Don't worry about Blank for a bit. What I do have to worry about is Candy. The part that makes 720 mode in this game really annoying though is the fact that it's a constant onslaught of animatronics just constantly coming to the doors. You have to be ready. Origami Kaido's back. I was with Candy for a second. Back. God damn. I was expecting him soon, but not like that soon. Jesus. Hell, I even got well before Chester shows up. but neither of them are on their way, and that's completely acceptable to my standards. Still in the starting position, so I really don't need to check on it at all. Part need to check for those. I don't remember if the rat comes on night 5 or it's night 6, but he shows up on 1, and that's when he makes his first appearance. If you're willing to take the risk, you can check the camera at 5 AM to see if it pops up like right towards the end of the night, but you have to be ready for the chance that he decides to show up, or that when the animatronics decides to show up, try to kill you while you're doing that. Blank's gonna be active for all first night, so I can probably just ignore him. But I know there's part of me that wants to turn my head towards the left door so I can just readily close it at any time. Okay, so let that happens. But I can't do that. So I'm damn within my heart that if I do, I'm screwing myself with the right door. Because then I can't see their eyes when they show up. The easiest, honest way to do it is to go like this and nail it so that you can still see the doorway while you're looking at the cameras, because you can still see their eyes when they're in the doorway and you hit the cameras up, and that's a good sign that you need to drop the camera and then do something. That's just what I think. That's what I would. Okay, so I'm not sure if the rat shows up this night or not, but if he does, I need to be ready.
You have 2 new messages.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, sorry, I have a latte here. Anyway, I have one last thing to tell you. Alright, you've probably noticed that there is an extra door in the second party room, which is on camera 9, I think. It's not on the map. That's because it's really nothing special. It's like a storage room. We don't go in there much. Like, I haven't even been in there myself, you know. I just wanted to inform you that you don't need to worry about it, and that it's not a mistake, that it's not on the map or anything like that. Anyway, you've done a great job so far. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.
Thank you. forget, there's little desk plushies you can get by beating certain knights, and I think you get the candy plush for beating Knight 6, and you get the Cindy plush if you beat the Summit Funny mode on the game. Oh, that's right, I still have to check the right door though, because candy could show up there. I forget about that so easily. Because candy's tricky in this game. That was Candy or Cindy, but better safe than sorry. Okay. Don't think the raccoon's on this night. Also, Origami Cat. Gotta mention it every time I see it for some stupid reason. It's just... I think he's gonna come this night. There's... old Candy. To be honest, the easiest way to check for him is just use my old strategy of just... oh. The rat on this night. My girlfriend just messaged me. Oh. Well, my sneaky suspicion wasn't very sneaking. Okay, so that's interesting. No, the ambiance changed when he shows up. So, you're like when talent grinding or something when he shows up. Better keep that in mind. Also, have to keep in mind, it's in this version of the game, not in the remastered version, because the remastered was changed. But in this version of the game, and this version of the game only, after Blank bangs the window, you have a short grace break where you don't have to check this camera. It's very small. Very small little window. But it's still there. It's about like maybe half of one of the hours where you don't have to check on them at all, maybe a full hour. Okay, he's still there. And that's what I mean by if you get, or if you look at Blank while he's doing his little window thing animation, you basically screwed yourself. He uses one specific ambiance when he shows up when he leaves. Good to know. You don't actually have to look for his eyes. You still gotta check for the right. That's where I understand it. I know you're there, Cindy. It's just I'm not gonna make sure. I saw your eyes show up right as I pulled up the camera. I'm like, hey. I'm supposed to double check anyways. Button is Endeavor? Yes. Funny. very active. Oh my god. I went a little too long with the lookout flank. Good. Penguin. Realistically, the Penguin isn't actually, you know, a threat. He gets in. He'll just occasionally tamper with the doors, which can admittedly get a bit frustrating. Because, you know, he'll waste your power and, you know, a door that you once thought to be closed is now open for some reason. Just standing there. That was a close call. You know, this game is super easy. Even if battery dies, really about any amount of left dies there, you still have a little bit of power, like a very small amount to run off of before you actually fully lose power. Mistake. My mistake. No problem. Your problem. Sixth night, here we go.
You have one new message.
Hello? You, do know that you don't have to be here today, right? Well, I guess you're just very committed to the job, then. Anyway, you've done a great job this week, so now please take a break tomorrow, okay? Now, see you next week. Good night.
this is going. It's 1 a.m. and I have already used farm energy. Standing up. Candy before he gets me. Check the rat. Nope, no one's there. Yes, they have audio cues when they show up. Both the cat and the rat. Candy literally showed up while the camera was dropped because, you know. Dude wasn't there just as soon as they turned off the cameras. There's no audio cue when they leave. But there is one for when they show up. There's one for when they show up, but not when they leave. So that's what the cameras are good for. And with the ones with no eyes, you have to look to see if they're still there or not, because you won't get an audio cue if they don't. What other possible feed do you want? I forgot. What other secrets am I missing in the game? Is it with the rat? Let's do the rat. Yeah, there's the rat. Look at him. Why is his ear all messed up like that? Rat. He's like, nah. So they're like, nah, it's time to get up. I gotta go. Places I need to be. Ciao, losers. Thanks, douchebag. And of course, if you look carefully, you can see the reflection of Candy right there on the floor. I don't like the choke at all. Now, I'm not going to do 720 mode because I just don't want to do that right now. I'll probably go back and redo it, but not right now. Not today. There are still other 5 Nights at Candy's games to be played while I'm all alone. LMAO. I Lamo. Forget how slow this game can be sometimes. You can realistically just keep doing this. Just keep doing that. There's no penalty for it. If there were, I'm sure it would have gotten me by now. If you listen carefully, you can tell where the vent banging is coming from. Like that. Because it's like slightly louder towards the front of the headset on the right or left side, depending on how trim he is, or further back. Just if you listen carefully as to how loud it is or where it sounds like it's coming from, it's actually decent enough that you could take a shot in the dark as to where they're coming from. front. I misheard it. You hit it. More shake and snug on. Realistically, one of the things I learned playing this game is that you never really want to camera surf too much because, well, penguin. But on the later nights, you are going to have to camera surf a bit to make sure you have an empty camera spot to call the phone for, in case the animatronic shows up. But yeah. I like the little candy plush. It's adorable. You know, please make a real one so I can buy it from you. I need a candy plush in my life. You just look so cute. Out of here, Chester. Chester. The thing is that you want to be able to make an accurate prediction as to which room Chester is in the later nights, because if you're doing like the 520 mode, for example, if you guess poorly and there's an animatronic sitting at that camera, they're going to disable the phone immediately. So you have to be able to guess perfectly. And the instant you hear them stop banging, that's when you have to stop calling the phone. Otherwise, one of the animatronics is going to go there and they're going to break the phone. I'm already looking at the camera, I'm tripping. Hi, Cindy. So I misheard that one. I somehow thought it was behind me, and then realized, oh yeah, I'm on that camera. And I was like, okay, that must be in front of me if I'm mishearing it. And it's like, oh, no, not the case this time. Whoa, 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 calm down. The instant it says connection lost, that's when you want to pick up the phone. Like, whether or not it's the animatronic that's in the hallway that's going towards that phone, you want to hang it up just immediately, because if you don't, it just kind of dies. I mean, you don't actually die, but, like, phone gets disabled. And this is just a hypothesis, but I feel like the camera that you leave Chester at, that you leave your camera on, I don't think Chester ever come to a camera that you're looking at. So I think basically this one I'm looking at right here is camera locked. I think that's how that goes. I could be wrong, but I believe that's how it is. And if anything, I think that's more of an oversight on the program more than the developer's part. Nope, that's front then. Cindy. I had it unlocked the first few attempts and then I just kind of lost it. Nobody's here. It's behind me. I guess it's front. Cindy went to it. Yep, knew it. She was in the hall. I think I've kind of got them synced to the point where they attack at the same time, but that could change. That could change very easily, because yeah, Cindy's more randomized than Chester. No, it's middle. I guess it's front. I'm just gonna let Cindy take it down and realize that, yeah, no, if Chester shows up again, then we'll... Actually, no, it doesn't matter, because it's almost the end of the night, and they're both on very low AI, so... It's gonna take Chester a while to get in the vent.
Detect monkeypox. Bet you anything the last part's probably in the office. Still 1989. Pew. No. Blue 22 lol. Blue 22 lol channel. No. Why not? What are you saying no to? Is it 5 Nights at Candy's? You saying no to 5 Nights at Candy's? Do you not like fan games? I'm sorry, that's all really impressive. I think Penguin's in here? Discord just booped. Let's just take a second from the game to see what's happening there. Don't mind me. Oh, Candy, he's here now. Good. Just not to be extra careful, and I'm pretty sure the Penguin might be here too, but I don't know. Candy. I just all tabbed out twice, and both times I did just fine while I tabbed out. That was fast, so someone was there. Somebody was there. Is it Cindy? Yeah, she was nearby, so she disabled that phone, so she has to go back. Chester goes back there pretty quickly. Might be screwed. Might be a little bit screwed. Cayman, please. Cayman. 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 Good. Oh, hold on. I tried to hang it up. Let it be known I tried. That is a Cindy again. Cindy! Cindy! That's why you kind of have to have an idea as to who's standing in the main hall, because if you don't, and one of them shows up, you don't know if you got the right one or not. So that's why after one of them shows up, you pull up immediately after turning off the phone. So you hang up the phone, look up, and then you flicker. So again, that's Candy, I wouldn't know. So if I saw it was Candy, or I guess I could have like just waited till it showed up because I knew it was there, but like if I'm assuming someone's in the hallway I don't know exactly who it is. Then as soon as I see it disconnect, then that's when I would look up Flash. And this is where the confidence comes in. Because to play this game, you really don't have to look around the cameras all too much. You can if you feel like you need to figure out where the the monkey is, where Chester the chimp is, but other than that, there's really not a reason to use the cameras for all of them, just one. Yeah, that's the corner. I'll chat with Cayman in just a second, figure out what he wants, but right now I need to not die. The other Dark. Dark 2, Electric Boogaloo. Cinder. So Cinder your candy, Cindy, okay. God knows where Candy is, but I'm not too bothered by Candy. Candy. I'm Candy Cadet. Come get your candy here. I have candy all day, every day. Candy. 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 Chester here. Got him. He's never going to appear in that bottom left fence, so I never have to call that phone. Speaking of which, I could probably make it easier myself by using one of those cameras. Oh, never mind, we're gonna... High speed candy, if it's Cindy that shows up, gotta reconnect, okay. Just need to risk go around flashing around between cameras, because I know the penguin's probably here somewhere. That is bad. Candy, and only Candy should pick up this one. If Cindy picks it up... That's also a fast way of doing it, is just clicking quickly to figure out. Like, you only need like a second or two to figure out if Chester's there or not. Like, you can ring for a second before he wanders off. But realistically, you don't need that much time. It's just, it's more risky to do it that way because they have a chance to actually disable the phone if you do it that way. Then Chester goes back to that phone, you can't do anything about it. Yes, you have to ring it at least long enough for the banging to stop, and the instant the banging stops, you want to hang it up, otherwise they will disable it. Yeah, Penguin's here now. I saw that. You can't fool me. Stop. Stop. This is... That camera in the bottom left is probably the easiest to default it to, but that's just speculation, you never know. Collect. Wake up, Link. Alright, now I can look what Cameron's messaged me about on Discord. Okay, well, let me know. Be honest. Like his idle stance just going.
I need to get Lovecraft going. New Candy and Cindy. Wow. Here's Chester. Chester's dead. I hate to break it to you, child. Chester is dead. Chester is beyond dead. Chester has experienced the great beyond of the dead. For Blake, a mustache. 1991, so we're 2 years into the future, after Chester kind of just died. And after Blank lost the back of his head. All band! Some random kid, Candy and Cindy. You don't know who that kid is. He's the purple kid. I'll give Net 4 a shot. And then I got to boot up VR Craft or Vivecraft to play with yonder friends. Oh, clicky. Just keep flashing.
I'm not actually lethal, I just like to pop out of walls and go.
Got him. Just can't be careful that Blank shows up. This is the net where you have to actually start like being worried about him. Because Blank likes to go to the phones, even though they're not intended for him. He likes to snoop in other people's mail. He's a bad person. Cindy is being a little inactive here, and that's kind of concerning. Good. Candy. I am Candy Cadet. Here, Cindy. Hung up too soon. Good. I believe Blank should be showing up sometime soon. Guess maybe is Blank gonna show up for the 5th night? I don't know. I just did big forgetty and used cameras normally. I use more than one camera. Squeak. In my next stream though, I might either do Vivecraft or I might do Mario Maker levels. But that's what I mean by you always have to make sure you know who picked up the phone, not just simply be like, oh, okay, well, they showed up, it's good. Because once again, for all I know, Candy could pick this up and not Cindy. But once I'm done with this night, I need to go get set up Vivecraft. Because I intend to milk the usage out of my VR system. Got him. Where does Chester go when you get him? Like, he just wanders off and just disappears. Does he just chill in one of the off rooms or like one of, you know, these few 4 rooms? Probably, that's all I can imagine he does. Cindy's there, so if Candy shows up in the hall, it's gonna be a fun time. Oh, never mind, now he's here. But Cindy's gone, that's what matters. He never seems to go in the back corner ones, he only goes in the top 4. He's a top list kind of guy. Good. It's just like, you know, I said he isn't in the back corner, so maybe he went in the back corner. He went in the back corner. Got him. I think it was the middle one. It sounded too distant to be the middle one. Yep, we got him. You know, this strategy basically prevents you from getting caught by the penguin. Which, for any of the animatronics, is a worst case scenario. Oh, I was about to hang up the phone, but that works too. Wow! Return. Okay. The immediate assumption is let's go to the office and see what year it is. As Titus happens to be there. It's 1992. 5 years after the first game, and Chester's death, which was like 3 years ago. R.I.P. Chester. And maybe Penguin too. I don't know what happened to the Penguin. He just returned the parts and just ended the game. It's not the Penguin sits anywhere, but if you want to find out how Blank's doing, you just go up here and pop in here like, oh, there's Blank. He's still good. He's still just chilling. So you just go back down here. You take Cindy to her pal Candy and be like, okay, there you go. There's your bow tie. There's your business official tie, you business official cat. So, you know, I think that'll do it for 5 Nights at Candy's.